What's up, YouTube people? As you can probably tell by the title of this video, we're gonna see if Dr. Colorchip and this buffer can fix this and make it look a whole lot better. We got paint missing through here and along there, and we've got a whole lot of paint missing all the way down this little crease here. And then the rest of this stuff got a pretty decent scratch right here. But the rest of this is just some pretty good scuffing. I mean, it feels kind of rough. So we got a couple little chips right through here as well. But a lot of this is going to be buffing working technique here. What we're going to be using is this Dr. Colorchip kit here. If you've seen some other videos, you've seen me use this stuff before, and I've had pretty good results. And I'm going to have my orange CCS pad and my Meguiar's Ultra Finishing Polish M205 and some 3000 grit sandpaper. So let's get started. Quick disclaimer, this is less of an instructional video and more of a I hope this shit works video, and if it does work, this is how I did it, and I hope it helps somebody video. So just throwing that out there. So this right here is a step one. It's the paint coat for this magnetic color on my wife's car here. First step, as usual, shake it up. Good. So basically where we're at here is that I've smeared it all over. We have some pretty deep gouges here. So I applied it kind of heavy, a little heavier than I normally do on these areas, and then smeared them. And I'm gonna come back over the top with this Seal-Act stuff that you get in your kit and this towel right here that you get in the kit. So that's gonna try to level this off. I'm not worrying about getting it totally perfect, because I'm gonna go back over the top lightly with 3000 grit sandpaper and with a buffer. And if you see my chip repair on my car, I'm gonna go a little lighter on the sandpaper this time, and just very lightly. We're already missing clear and paint right here, and this is just going to try to make this, you know, I'm wanting it to look better, not perfect, without having to replace this bumper. And then I'm going to come back, and I've had great results using the polish and the orange CCS cutting pad. I think it's a medium cutting pad, and it actually finishes out really well with M205. So here we are after what seems like an eternity of buffing with using the Seal-Act and this cloth. And that's my fault, because I put the paint on a little heavy, and this is where I'm at now. It will slowly start to go away out of everywhere but the crack. And as you can see here, I still have a little bit of extra on top that's not just in the crack, it's on the outside. So I always recommend at least buffing by hand with some sort of polishing compound or something after you fill these. So if I wasn't going to use sandpaper and I wasn't going to buff with this rotary buffer, I would keep on wiping a little bit more with that Seal-Act until I got this pretty much all gone. As you can see, there's still a little bit of excess around the outer edges. Let's see, there we go. But I know it looks rough, but it is, my light right here. Whoa. All right, I know it looks rough, but it is fairly smooth. So anyhow, that's where we're at right now. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and take my 3000 grit sandpaper here that's been soaking in this bucket with 1 drop of Dawn dish detergent and, I don't know, about 6 or 8 cups of water. I just put some water in there. And I'm going to lightly wet sand over this entire section here that's got these scuffs and stuff like that in it. trying to get these tougher marks that was in the bottom here out, and a few that was around the top. This is 3000 grit sandpaper, so it is pretty much, you know, the least aggressive sandpaper that you can use. But at the same time, you have to remember it is sandpaper, so you don't want to go too much. This is after sanding with 3000 grit. As you can tell, they're almost gone. It's blended in nicely. This is a spot that was really horrible. It was gouged. The plastic was all gouged up. Plastic was gouged in several spots here. And I'm about to start with this buffer, and I'm gonna try to get it knocked on down and polished up, see what she looks like. Not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be vastly better than what we started with. So first thing here, I haven't used this pad in a while, so it's washed. I like to keep my pads cleaned up. So what I have done here is put a bunch of polish on it, and this is an unusually large amount because I need to prime it up and get polish into the pores of this pad and get it ready to polish the paint, because it's almost like a new pad, you know. I mean, I have used it several times, but I wash these things after I'm done using them. And to me, it helps extend the life of the pad. So now that I've got some polish in there, I'm gonna start off with 2 dots of polish because I got a lot on here, and then I'm just going to push it onto the surface of the paint. Polish out here, dot here, dot there. Then just pop it on here. And I'm gonna go with a speed of, let's click it up to about 5 here. And this is a Porter cable orbital buffer. Okay, so here's where we are. I wound up having to get my white cutting pad and the M105 ultra cutting compound out to get some of the scratch marks out. And I still have a little bit of scuffs here, if you can see them right through here. To get the camera, there we go. Now you can see them a little bit. I have a little bit of scuff still there, and that was, you know, some of the worst parts of the car there. But it looks a whole lot better than what it did before. Again, you stand a little bit back, get up out of the chair here, about 2 foot away from the car. Now it's kind of hard to tell. So mission accomplished. Like I said, we wasn't trying for perfect here, because there are some things that I knew I wouldn't be able to get out of this paint because of how deep they were and how bad it was. But I'd say overall, it was a pretty darn good go at it. I think I probably could sand some more, but I don't want to burn through the clear, and this is plenty good enough for especially my wife's Fusion here, and it looks pretty good to me. That's another result that I've gotten here from Dr. Colorchip and my buffer. So some pretty good stuff. I highly recommend Dr. Colorchip. I have used factory touch-up paint in the past with the same method. It just takes a lot longer because you're dabbing just a little bit and having to pinpoint the 3000 grit into little bitty areas and hope you don't burn through on the corners of the stuff that overlaps outside of the, you know, scratch or chip or whatever it is you have. But anyway, there's another video on scratch and chip repair using Dr. Color Chip. Thank everybody for watching.